Guys, MCU Collector here with a new set of videos going to be coming out. The first one is going to be Prowler from the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Lizard Build-A-Figure wave. So I finally got most of the wave in. I'm still missing one figure. I'm missing the Mysterio figure. But let's get right to it. So we have Prowler here from, again, the Lizard Build-A-Figure wave. So we'll take a quick look at the package. You see the Spider-Man logo, Marvel's Prowler, Spider-Man logo there at the top, side artwork in just kind of the black and red. You see Prowler, looks good. Back of the package here we have the entire wave to build Lizard. So again, I've already done Gwenpool a few weeks ago. We have Prowler next, then we'll do Spider-Punk, Spider-Man Noir, Spider-Woman. We'll skip Mysterio since I don't have it, and we'll move into Lasher. But here's the look at the figure on the back of the package, and the bio reads, plagued by memories of his youth and desperate to prove his worth, Prowler turns to a life of crime. So really looking forward to this. I think a Prowler figure was really a long time coming. So I think it's about time that we do get a figure of him, so I'm excited to open this up. And then for everyone to see, there is the UPC there. All right, Prowler figure. Let's open it up. Guys, here is the Prowler figure out of the package. First thing I want to note, when you take this guy out of the package, the insert that's in there and the way the cape is in most caped figures, you want to pop his head off first, then be able to take the cape off nice and easy, because you don't want to get any cuts into the side of the cape when trying to get the figure out, because it's all tricky. So I do recommend popping the head off first and then taking the cape off, because when in package it's going to be too hard to maneuver it that way. Or maybe you could. I didn't even bother trying, to be honest with you, actually. So a couple of things. It's a pretty plain figure, but it does look good. Before we take a look at everything about it and get a close look at it, we'll look at the Lizard Build-A-Figure part. So here we have the right leg to the Lizard. I like the paint app, so you get a couple of different greens in there. I like the sculpted scales. That looks good. The purple is very good, and I like that. There's a little bit of details. You know, if we have a cut in the pants, you actually get some scaled sculpt in there, so that's pretty good. Looks like they put a little bit of a wash over the green even. So can't wait to build Lizard. It's probably going to be a while before I get to build him, though, since I am short one piece. I'm short the left leg to Lizard, so I won't be getting to him until after I get a Mysterio figure. If anybody knows any leads on one, let me know. But here we have Prowler, so let's take a close look at the figure. The purple is a very dark purple on the head. It's not as metallic on the head as that like you would see on the hands, and then these wrist and ankle and boot pieces here. Kind of the same with his boots. They're kind of a flatter purple. But not as metallic on the head sculpt, but it does look good. And the paint came out clean. The black lines, the white eyes, all came out very clean. You can see the green on his costume does look good. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, but I believe this is the Doctor Strange mold. I'm not sure which figure first used it, but this is like the same from the Doctor Strange from the Hulkbuster wave, and then the Doctor Strange Dormammu Build-A-Figure wave. But let me know in the comments if I'm mistaken on that, but I believe that's what it is. Not quite as big as the Grim Reaper mold, so definitely I think is that Doctor Strange one. So one thing, the cape, again, can come off pretty easily, and one thing on mine, this peg part is very, I don't know if it's warped or if it's supposed to come like that or if it's supposed to be straight out, but it does port into the back of the figure. Mine really doesn't stay ported back there because I have to try and finagle it and push it in, and then it doesn't really like want to sit right there. So not sure kind of how or what the best way to do that for any of you guys, or how your guys' figures may come about, but that's how mine looks. So again, clean paint. We have this purple belt that's just a floating piece that can kind of move around. These wrist pieces are floating pieces that can kind of move around. Now these boot ones are kind of frustrating because it's hard to get them up higher, but then they want to come down. That obviously doesn't look right. So it's very tight, which could be a good thing, because once you get it up there, it's not really going to fall down. So that's good. It's actually pretty difficult to get it up there. So I don't know if you can warm it up, maybe get them up there and then cool it down to get that pose in there. But that's there. It's all done in a flat green. Nothing going on. We can look at the articulation. Elbows go up pretty far. Obviously, we get a full rotation. That cape keeps moving around. Upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. The wrists do hinge, obviously, and then they swivel. Of course, with all the figures. Legs only go out that far. Not a huge range of motion there for somebody that's going to be scaling buildings, I guess, but should be okay. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knee. There is the boot swivel there. Ankles go up, so that's... ankles go up very, very little. Not very much. They go back down all the way, though, and then, of course, ankle pivot. But there's the Prowler figure. I think it's a solid figure. There's, you know, there's not a whole lot going on to it because it's just done the flat green paint. There's no any kind of additional paint details or anything. But again, I am very pleased to have a Prowler figure. And I think it's been, you know, it's about time that we got one. So I'm very happy to have it. You know, as a kid growing up watching the Spider-Man the Animated Series, Prowler was in that. And I remember having the old Toy Biz figure. So it's nice to now have a Legends of the Prowler. So there he is, guys. Any questions, leave in the comments below. Like the video and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Almost at 2,000 subscribers. At the time of this video, I'm at like 1,998. So thank you so much to all the viewers and all the subscribers. I really appreciate the support. Thanks, guys. Stay tuned for the next video. Spider-Punk.